My name's Linda Casey. I own 2 large breed rabbits. I have a Flemish giant. His name is Farron. Farron is 5 years old and he weighs 13.3 pounds, which is standard size for a Flemy male. I have a French lop rabbit who is a youngster. He's pretty much considered a teenager. He will be 10 months old at the end of this month. His name is Sawyer. This is why people, I think, tend to get a rabbit and put it in a hutch or one of those little cages that you buy that are advertised as spacious cages, which are not, because you don't really think about how much space a rabbit needs. The pen setup I have in my dining room right now, and this is what I've done. At this point, because I'm trying to bond these 2 rabbits, my dining room is now my rabbit room, and it has turned into 2 huge pens. Even for a small rabbit, that setup in my dining room, the 2 pens for each one, isn't really enough for them to get adequate exercise to really stretch their legs and run and work off the energy, which is why in the evenings when I come home from work, one goes in the half of the house, which is the utility room that runs the length of the house and the kitchen, and the other one runs the dining room and the living room. And that gives them room to run and stretch and run and stretch, and they stay like that till the next morning. When I get up for work, then I pen the rabbits back up again.
My name is Emma. I live in Morgantown. I'm involved with a rabbit rescue group, Bunny Feathers Rabbit Rescue, and this is Fleur. She is a Flemish giant. She weighs about 12.5 pounds, and I do not know her age. She's anywhere between 18 months and 2.5 to 3 years. She is very lovely. She was rescued by a friend of mine out in Preston County. I'm not really sure of her history. She does like to run around and she'll sort of get into trouble, but, you know, we sort of try to reduce that as much as possible. You know, take wires up and everything so she can't shoot through them. People will approach us and say, you know, I can't take care of my rabbit anymore, or will you help us spay or neuter, or any number of things. And we're actually a resource now. We're no longer a rescue. We were foster-based, so we didn't have a facility to keep the rabbits, and as you can see, I have a full house, and our other members have a full house. But we are, you know, happy to help advise people if they need help with spaying and neutering, or any number of behavioral issues they may be having. Or we do a pet finder, so if someone has an animal they can't keep, we're happy to put them on our pet finder. Rabbits are very high maintenance. I wouldn't recommend them as an impromptu Easter gift, certainly not. They're as much, if not more, responsibility as a cat or a dog. Fleur here has had 3 surgeries in about 4 months, and they've all been, you know, kind of expensive. They're definitely high maintenance creatures, and they're not all the time good with kids. Yeah, they don't really make great kids' pets. They can tend to be a little shy, or they can be nippy. And if a child or anyone were to pick up a rabbit wrong, they could flail their back legs and hurt their back or their spine.
It's another thing people don't think about is rabbits eat hay. You have to not mind having hay in your house. You can buy hay locally too if you have room to store bales of hay. You have to not mind having rabbit fur everywhere. It's like having rabbit fur jackets. They shed all the time. So do the real rabbits. And they shed continually. I groom rabbits every day. Every day I run the sweeper. I may not sweep the living room, or I may not sweep upstairs every day, but I sweep the rabbit room and then go down my upstairs basement, I call it, and sweep up the little, when I talk about having, people talk about having dust bunnies, they're real dust bunnies. So it's a huge commitment and a lot of cleaning. They're great pets. They're challenging. They're not like dogs or cats. They take a lot of work.